Hey there, Q fam.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back.
So we're back with another video and we're on part 3 of the Love Is Not Enough series.
And if you haven't seen our last 2 videos, in the first one we spoke about vision and the importance of vision.
Where you going? You're in love, but where you going?
And then in the second video we spoke about...
Are you friends though?
Are you friends
Are
though?
you friends?
And the importance of building a friendship within your relationship rather than trying to be bougie and go and do all the fancy stuff without really having a relationship.
Yeah, so now we're on to the next one, which is talking about you're in love, but are you growing? Oh my gosh, this is my favorite one. I literally love growth.
Anna always wants to be going somewhere.
Yeah,
She always wants to be feeling like she's moving.
I did not do stagnation. Is that a word? Like, I do not do stagnant behavior, literally. So, but you know, everyone's looking for progression in certain things, like in your career.
Yeah.
You want to be growing, right?
Like if you think about it, when you're in a job and you're not growing, the first thing that you're doing is thinking of how to exit.
Yeah.
You go to the gym for a couple of weeks, you don't see results, you end up giving up. And also, you go in, what's the other, what other things?
Church.
Yeah, like when you're in church, like you go, I'm not growing, I'm not receiving a word, they go off to the next one. And the scary thing is, those things can actually be true in your relationship. If you feel like you're not growing in your relationship, you feel like there's like almost like no emotive reason keeping you there. You want to be in a relationship where you feel like you're growing, that you're actually being a better version. But at the end of the day, you've given up your singlehood.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I've given up my singlehood.
It's gonna be worth it for me. Sorry, but you know, I did not give up that good life.
What good life? Your life is better now.
Obviously, it's better now because I'm growing. So we just wanted to talk about growth in your relationship because we do believe it's the Maggie Cube in your relationship. You know, it adds flavor, it keeps you united, and you actually feel like this person, he's adding value to my life, you know? Yeah,
exactly. And it keeps you more invested. So this video, we're going to do things a little bit different. Rather than going through our random points, we're actually going to share how we've grown for being in this relationship. And
I'm going to get some words today. Literally, I love words when they come.
Yeah, they come.
I'm waiting.
It's coming. But I think it's also great if you can do it too. If you're with a loved one, share how you've grown just by being with them. And you know, it can actually spice things a little bit up. Like when this one gets words,
everyone's happy.
Okay, ladies first.
No, you go, babe.
No, you go.
No, go on, head of the household.
See, every time Annabella doesn't want to do something, she wants me to go first, then she throws out this head of the household when it's convenient.
Yeah, exactly. No, I throw it out all the time.
Oh, really?
On the head. Go on, babe.
But yeah, I feel like I have become a happier person, or should I say I've grown into a happier person. Because I think about the person I was when I entered this relationship. I was someone who had negative self-talk. I was overcritical. I felt like I never arrived. I felt like I was never good enough. And I will say all these things to myself all the time. Now, being in a relationship with Annabella, she is someone who is full of life, super happy, and she doesn't allow anything negative to come close to her. So if I say anything negative, she just slams it down. She says something positive. She's just full of a positive energy. So I feel through being with Annabella, I have grown into someone who is more positive because I'm now starting to say more positive things.
Yeah, you are.
So now I'm actually a happier person because of the positivity this one exudes through her, I don't know, her being.
Oh, that was nice. Thanks, babe.
It's okay.
I like that.
Okay.
But for me, I'd say, how have you improved my life? Like, pretty much every way, to be fair. But I'd say the most, like, the one that really hit me was the fact that I used to be so moved by people's opinions. Oh my God. If someone said something, I would literally take it, put it in my heart, and I'd be like, yeah, that's the kind of person that I am. You know, these are the kind of things that I do. Even if they weren't accurate, that was what formed my identity, people's opinions. And I think that even when I was getting to know you, I was a bit scared to get with him because I was like, oh, what are people gonna say? You know, he's not in our Christian circle. Okay, whatever.
Imagine, I started dating the Bible study leader.
He just stormed in. This guy who didn't even go to our church, he wasn't even whatever. No, I'm joking, it wasn't like that, but it kind of was. You know, I just thought too much about what people would think, and I think Gabe's is the complete opposite. When he was pursuing me, it's like the whole world had to know. Like, he was right behind me. I was like, babe, can you just
the whole world had to know?
Yeah, I feel like, it was just there. I was like, can we just do this in private until I decide what I want, you know, where this is going? He was just, I don't care. If people think what they think, they can think that. And I was just like, babe, okay. But it's just it was my nature. I just care too much about what people thought. And just being with Gabes, who does not care, when I say does not care about people's opinions whatsoever, it was just such a blessing for me. And I realized that now, 4 years on, I literally don't care. I don't care about what people think anymore. I move by who I am and my values and my beliefs, and people's opinions are going to change, and I can't help that. That's not going to change the way that I think about myself. So yeah, you really helped me with my self-worth, my confidence, and everything.
Amazing. all this putting pink on my face, I'm not having it. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I know you. I have grown into a more confident person, and I've also grown in leadership. So if we rewind, so the person I was is someone who had all these big ideas, had all these dreams, and I will do all the legwork behind the scenes, and I'll do the work until the very final bit when you have to do a presentation. I just hate a presentation. Even now, I'm still like, but I have grown into a more confident person because when I was with Annabella, there's no hiding. She's right up in your face. She's all up in there. You know, the squeaky voice and everything, just all up in there. Saying, no, you're gonna do it. Da, 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 da. Just encouraging me, helping me become more confident. And yeah, so over the time period, I've done a lot of things that I didn't think I could do. We led a youth ministry, and that involves talking to so many people. Even from the get-go, I was just shy, just talking to people. And I remember this Annabella, we were in the car, I was in the front seat with the guy, Annabella would be poking me, saying, oh, talk. And then I'm growing, just talking to people. Like I said, in youth ministry, had to do so many things, so many presentations, talking to parents, and all that kind of stuff, but I did it and I felt more confident. And now, because of that, I am growing in leadership through that. And I think the most important thing about this whole leadership thing is that before I could lead outside of my household, it's nice to know that I can lead within my household, because Annabella, although it's in a lot of ways, like, let's be honest, she's a fantastic girl and she's very good in a lot of areas, and sometimes I feel like she doesn't actually need me. Like, she can do everything herself, but she actually lets me lead, and because she's letting me lead, I am growing into a leader within my household. Now when I step outside of my household, the leader that she has helped me become, I can now position myself in a good place outside of the household. So yeah, I have grown in confidence and I have grown in leadership because of the amazing, God-fearing woman. You know, I'm trying to get something started tonight. You know?
You get it started.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, thank you.
Go. Alright, this bushy stuff is so annoying. But anyway.
I'm like in a different world now. That was lovely. Gabes has helped me just be more holistic and think about the bigger picture. I know, I love that word. Where you look at things from a bigger picture point of view, because I'm someone who, you know, guys, I was so go with the flow, you know. When he met me at university, my final year, I was only thinking about the assignment that I had to do. I'm someone who thinks about what is coming right now and how can I do that well, which is okay when things are going well, but when things are getting tough, and I don't like what I'm doing right now, Gabes really helps me see that bigger picture.
Because she'll just jump off the boat, you know?
I'll be like, bye. Like, I do not like this task that I'm doing right now, so I will drop out. I will stop. I will leave the job. I will whatever. But Gabes always reminds me. This is like daily, I'd say. He always reminds me of the part that this little piece has to play in the bigger picture. And sometimes you won't like the mundane thing that you're doing, but it's building towards something greater. And I think that has helped me so much. That has kept me in jobs for years. That has kept me, you know, in this marriage. That has kept me in everything, literally everything that I do. He reminds me and he sets the vision of, you know, what I'm doing now and how it's going to build towards my future. So I'm so grateful for that.
So the tears are not in vain. The amount of phone calls and amount of tears.
Oh my gosh, guys.
We're getting there. We're growing. We're growing.
And that adds to my third reason. I'll just jump into it now. He taught me patience. Even me running around the park before we got together, And for 6 months, he was still there. He's the most patient person that you'll meet. He will give you chance after chance after chance, and he's still there for you. And I feel like even now, when I call him and I have my moments, he's just patient on the phone with me crying about my situation, or, you know, not being able to handle it, or not wanting to do what I'm doing now. He will just be patient with me, and I think his patience is just amazing. And I think I've become more patient through being with him.
That's so nice. Okay, my final reason is that Annabella has helped me, you know, like people. You know, like, as a Christian, I love the Jesus part, but sometimes the people, I'm just like, yeah, like, I don't know what it is with me. I like the head of Christ in terms of, like, the mission of the church and all that kind of stuff, but Annabella has helped me understand the heart of Christ. And sometimes I feel like I just need to love people more. I feel like I need to, you know, to care for need and stuff like that, like in the moment, and just be there for people. And I think like Annabella has helped me be there for people, because I can sometimes be thinking about how things look like corporately, like doing all these big mission trips in Africa and stuff like that, but I don't think about the person I walk past when I'm on the street. And I think that every time we walk past someone on the street, like Annabella's always, oh, my heart, like she's always doing this, she always wants to run into Tesco and buy them like a meal deal sandwich or something like that. And just seeing how she operates and how she loves people has really challenged me to love people, because like I'm just not emotional. Like, I know it's hard to believe because I cried on the wedding day.
Yeah.
But I was more confused than, you know.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I was just a bit confused. Like, I didn't know what was going on within me. My emotions were just going all over the place. I didn't know how to control it. But yeah, I am not like someone who's quite sensitive. I'm quite, this is where I'm going. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
I don't look left or right to see who's homeless in this cold weather. At the moment, it's cold. And I don't think about that. But Annabella's helped me just like people, love people, be there for people. If I see a need, I'm able to help me. And speaking on that again, Annabella is someone who's so generous. And I thought that I was generous when I was in this relationship, but I realized I gave out of my capacity. Like if I have a £1 in my pocket, I might give 20p. Annabella is the kind of person that will just give it all. And it really challenged me, like how much she loves people, how much she wants to be there for people. And yes, and I think I'm becoming a better person just in general by being with this one. So, yes.
I just want to say one more, because Gabe's ones have just been so fire. But this man, like, if he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's a man of his word, a man of integrity, and I'm just like blown away by it. Because as an emotional person, if I feel like doing it one day, I'll do it. If I don't feel like doing something, the same thing another day, I will not do it. But Gabe is just like, if I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I feel like that is the heart of God. Like, he just so moved by, you know, his decisions, his values, his beliefs, and that's it. And nothing else matters. His emotions don't matter, his feelings, his, you know, pocket doesn't matter. If I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and we're going to find a way. And I find that so inspiring. And I think I've learned to be just less emotional. Like, what does that even mean sometimes in situations where you said you're going to do something? If you said you're going to take this job, you work in this job. You don't just quit because you don't feel like it. So I just really like grateful for that stability in my life, because I need it. And I'm growing. I'm so much more stable than I used to be. I haven't cried in like months. Actually, sorry, I cried the other day. But that was the first time.
It's been a while. I was very proud.
Literally, I was like, goals. So yeah, literally, guys, we just wanted to share some things and share the ways that we've grown as individuals through being with each other. Yeah. And we're just so grateful for it, and it keeps us really connected
grounded.
to each other.
Like, I think like we're so like grounded in this relationship, because I feel like I'm better because of Annabella. I'm more excited for the future. I'm more excited for the things that we're gonna do together. And it just keeps us really invested.
Definitely. So guys, love is not enough. Growing is important as well. We've grown so much in 4 years. Imagine how much more we can in however long left we have on earth. So we'd encourage you guys in relationships to really like sit down, ask yourselves those questions, talk about it, because it really keeps things in perspective sometimes. Yeah,
literally sit down, have a chat. Sometimes your partner might not actually know how they're helping you in a relationship, but by you being able to say that, you'll actually be like, oh, like I actually feel like I'm actually adding value into your life? Because sometimes, like Anna always asks me the question, oh, what do I add to your life? What do I do? And I've learned to be able to say thank you for a lot of things more often, rather than just waiting for the question. So along the journey, it's good to just say, thank you, I've grown in this area, or thank you for doing that, I see you doing that. And I feel like that really helps in relationships too.
So guys, if you're not subscribed to our channel, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see you at the next one. Bye!
Peace!